Yeah, I created an entire presentation in Canva over here. Perfect. Okay. Yes. So this session is about a clear PM framework that I understand based on my overall experience in the last 20 years. And maybe I will try to explain what is it and how it can be helpful for your day-to-day activities. The confession, right? As I told, and I think you have already shown my post. Like when I started my first project, right, I was thinking like, let's do much work, let's complete this out, let's finish the stuff, right? I have prepared a plan, tools, and certifications. But as a part of my first project, I was not sure about the clarity is the most important thing, because it is not there that every people understand the same thing. So you are the project manager, the basic thing that you have to do is a clarity, right? And after that, like in the 20 years, I learned a lot, and based on that I thought like, let me share my knowledge to the group, and I created this clear PM framework. Yes, as I say, like clarity, I think we should have a clarity for this session as well. So this session is basically for a fresh PM or aspiring PMs, like who are transitioning to the PM roles, career switchers. Like there are a lot of people that are already in the tech world, either in the technical role, QA roles, business analyst role, and they are looking for a project management. So I think this is the session for them. Or you like if you are a PM already, if you are struggling how to finish the project, you are like you are not enjoying the work, then probably this session is for you. Yeah. And what the learning objective, right? So you will you will understand the structure, how you can start any project from day one, right? You will have the 5-step framework you can apply immediately in any project. You can start thinking about the PM, how PM thinks, how they communicate, how they can make a decisions. And the last is that you will how to learn about how to reduce overwhelm and drive clarity with alignment and executions. And of course, at the last, I will share this slide deck with some other information, right? And the downloadable link is I already, I think, sent to you. But let me know if you need the downloadable link, and then it will be helpful for the future reference. Okay, before starting, any questions or comment? Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Probably I will not able to see the Google tab. So yeah, just speak it out like if you have any questions. Okay. Yeah. So the clear PM framework, right? So it's like 5 words or 5 characters. The clear. C for clarity. L for leverage, like 20%. Not focus on the like 100% at any point of time. Focus what is the 20%? What is the key things? E for expectations. You should align the team. What is my expectation from day one to the last day? AI. In the AI era, I think there are a lot of features that AI can help you as a co-PM, right? And the last is R, the risk. You surface the risk as early as in the process. I think that will be beneficial to everybody, and it will reduce the stress a lot for the project managers. But I will explain in this next 5 slides what actually it means for. Yeah, the first is a clarity, right? A clarity before executions. Define success before starting the work. So before you open any tool, a schedule a meeting or a build a plan, you must define a success, right? So what you can do, you can ask a couple of questions like, okay, what are the problems that we are solving? How the does how does the done means? Who care about the outcome, right? Whom should I contact for a specific problem? Who is going to be my key persona for this project? So like that WH questions on the first day, on the first week of your project, that will help a lot to understand like where you are going towards, where you are heading towards, right? And I think you can create a, like the tool I would suggest, create like nice Excel, a clarity document where um, you can easily simplify the stuff that you are going to deliver on this particular project. And the last says that clarity reduce rework, misalignment, and the stress. Yeah. So clarity before execution is must. So what generally I do in my current project, whenever I start a project or whenever I feel like, okay, I don't understand what I'm going to do, I just create one Excel, say, hey, this is my scope, this is the key stakeholders, this is what I want to deliver, and this is my timeline. So at any point of time, if I refer this Excel or that particular document, it will be easier for me to move further and take a decision. The next is the leverage vital 20%. Right. So when I started my first project, right, or my initial project, I was thinking like, okay, let's do everything. Let's check all the checkpoints. But when I learn slowly that I found like it is not required to do 100%, right? Identify the Pareto principle. What are the 20% can result to the 80% of your overall deliverables? Identify those points and focus on that. So L means leverage that vital 20%. It's your duty as a PM that you should think about like what will be my 20% that to move further. Yeah. So that is your L. Instead of focus on the like overall 100%, let's focus on like what are the key decisions, what are the critical dependencies are there, what are the actions that unlock my progress, like what are the blockers. If I want to deliver something one screen or a one building or a one room from a structural point of view, what are my blockers? Will my material will be available on the time? Will my people will be there to build that particular house? That the key decision that you need to focus, and that 20% can help you to take it further to the success, right? And the rule, busy is not is equal to effective. Let's move to the E part, expectation alignment early. Right. So projects succeed when people are aligned, not when plans are perfect. And I was discussing with Guru in my last session. I think Guru is in our session right now. That in my last project, I joined like almost late, not a late, but they feel like we need a PM. And when I join, it is almost like 1 month remaining for deliverables end date, right? And I see when I created a chart like all over my stakeholders, what are my deliverables, what are my going to present this, right? Then I feel like people are not aligned, they don't know exact what the key things they are going to deliver on this particular the deliverables in this project. So my first task was that set the expectations for everyone, right? So you should align early on your project, like, okay, who are the roles, who is going to do that, what is my timeline, outcomes, and what is the communication way that we should talk and discuss, right? And I always like I respond over the email after the meeting that, hey, we we are confirming these things, this is going to deliver in X day or Y day, or this is the person who is going to work on this. So the clarity I always put in the email, or any like channel like Microsoft Teams, or the Slacks that we both are using. Yeah. So alignment prevent conflict, conclusion, and last minute surprise. You always feel like, man, we are missing something over here. But when you align expectations, people will be feel like, okay, we all are the same page. If you go in the any meeting, you feel like we all are talking the same thing, same deliverables, same timeline. So E is very, very important over here. Next is A for AI as a co-PM. I sometimes people feel like AI will replace the project manager, but I feel like AI will not able to replace the project manager, because AI is not going to judge the stakeholders. AI is not going to judge, understand the people mindset. AI is not going to interact with the people. You as a PM, that can help you. But yes, AI will replace you if you are not using the AI, right? I have a lot of tasks that I was doing earlier, like summarizing the meeting recording, and then I need to sometimes listen my recording and then put my wordings, what is my MOM, what is the action items that I'm doing with the AI. So that can help me a lot. sometimes when I share with, we can surface the risk, right? That, hey, this is the challenge, what are the kind of risk that can possible with the situation you have, that can help you in that. But the checkpoint worry is that AI supports your thinking, but it doesn't replace it, right? The PM's value is in judgment, empathy, and leadership, not typing faster, right? So do not think that with the AI you will deliver faster, better, or easier, right? AI will help you in your day-to-day job, but not taking a judgment. So you should always focus on that particular part. And the last, risk. Risk is the most important thing. And I say, like, when I start my project, I start the first thing is that, okay, who are the roles? Who are the deliverables? What is my date? Who is going to do what? That was my first Excel that I create, or maybe a Word document. And the next is that what is going to be my risk, right? And always think about that. If you think only these three items, you will identify the risk. Dependencies. Why dependency is generator risk? Because you always thinking to talk somebody else, or you always dependent to complete somebody else. If the person or the tool is not working in a way that you thought for, it will be a risk. We assume a lot. We are the people, right? We are not a machine. We assume a lot. And sometimes a misalignment, the different assumptions, we not document, and we feel like, okay, yes, Vijay is going to do this. I assume. No, you cannot assume in the project, right? You should clearly define that. And the external blockers, if you are waiting for some materials, right, you should think about that. What if that material will not be ready or reach on time, right? Or even in the software side, you are looking for something giving a access. What if that your IT team will not generate the access for the team, right? The rule is that no surprise for the leadership, right? If your leadership surprise when you talk about the risk, means you have to rethink about your approach for the risk management. Okay, yes. So I will pause for a minute and um, let me know, like, if you have any particular questions on this clear framework, and we will jump to the live scenario. Yep. Any question, comments, or are we good with? Yes, yes, Palak. Good. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Yeah. So I think the next 20 minute, I believe, and I plan for this session into the ADP only, but somehow because of glitch, it was not. I was not able to start the session, and then I resent the meeting invitation from Google Meet, and Google Meet have a like 1 hour limit. So still we have like almost 25 minutes in this session. So I think let's finish the scenario. So let me give you the scenario, the simple scenario. I think a local bakery wants to expand its reach and allow customers to order online, right? Let's say I'm a local bakery, I'm the owner, right? I have the customer, but I don't have a website. I want people, my customer, to order online from their home, right? And let's say they are, or the bakery owner assigning you as a project manager, and your project is to build the website for the local bakery, right? Now think about these 5 steps: a clarity, a leverage the weight 20%, expectation alignment, AI, and identify the risk. How you can put this a step by step that you can easily move and deliver this project within a timeline and within a budget. Okay, so let's go to the first part. Yeah, if I'm not experienced PM. I generally start with that, hey, let's select the platform, let's find the technology, and let's start the building the website. I think you should pause over here. What clear PM instinct, what clear PM definitions, it says that let define this success first, right? And that your game starts. You should think about where you need to start with. What is my end goal? You cannot go to any place unless you think for that, right? Yeah, so that was your first step. Yes, let's apply C. How you can apply C in this scenario? So as I said, like I always start with who are my stakeholders, right? So who are the stakeholders over here? The stakeholders are any person in the project who are getting benefited or getting work done in the overall project, right? So the bakery owner, the bakery staff, the customers, the developers, and the payment company, right? So my goal, I want to define the stakeholder. Who is the bakery owner? He is a sponsorer because he is paying a money or the sponsoring this particular project. And also he is the final decision maker. There can be a multiple bakery owners. You need to define that. If you have two bakery owners, who is going to sponsor, who is going to take a decision on finance, who is going to decision on operation. Second and most important is that bakery staff, right? They are going to handle the projects. They are going to handle the orders, right? So we need to make sure that who are that person? Are they aligned? Are they technically savvy? They able to handle the way that we are defining, right? Think about the customer. Am I a customer? How am I going to deliver this project? You have a developer or you are an agency. Are you going to develop this in-house or it is outside, right? And the last is that of course the payment is there. You need to think about like how you are managing the payment. Is there external dependencies are there, right? So these are the five stakeholders maybe I can define with this particular bakery owner example. Any questions, anything you want to add or remove, any suggestions, comment, always welcome. Okay, looks like we are doing pretty good over here. Okay, yes, question you ask out loud, of course, right? Number one, the clarity, right? So, what are the problem that we are solving here? The problem is that the customer can't order online today. Because of that, we have limited sales and limited convenience. My product is good, but people has to come my place to order online, to order right now. But if I give a website, they can order from home and they can easily get um, the order, right? What does the success look like that I generally define, right? And this is for your stakeholder, a bakery owner, right? The customer can place and pay for a bakery order online and staff can fulfill them easily, right? So if you can see the three parts over here. Number one, customer can order online. Number two, staff can fulfill. Number three, there is a payment option there, right? So if I manage these three things, I think this is good to start with. And of course, who is the decision maker? Bakery owner, we already identified. This is the what we are going to deliver. But sometimes also we need to think about what is my out of scope, right? Who is not I'm going to do. I think that will give a clarity to the people. That will set the expectation that, hey, I'm going to deliver this, but I'm not going to deliver these three items. Because when I'm developing an order online and I'm a customer or I'm a user, I have seen like hundreds online order applications or a website. And I assume that, oh, in that, like the order online feature is there, I will have similar as well in this my website. So that you need to set, oh, we are not having a mobile app. We are not having the loyalty program. We'll not have analytics. Maybe we can deliver in the future, but not today, right? Yeah. How will success be measured, right? Maybe website live by agreed date. We will live that website on a date that your bakery owner define. Order placed successfully, and staff can process the order without confusion. So here again, the three elements: the payment, the staff operations, right, and the website. So this is the basic thing. These are the top 20% that we are looking for and that we need to think for, right? So as I said, like I generally create a one page clarity document or a Excel that define this thing, and this is my compass throughout my project that can help me whenever I have some confusion. I just come to over here. Okay, is that still aligned? Is the clarity is there on scope? Is people aligned on what is the expectation from this project? Let's say L, like what are the vital 20% for this bakery project? And if I ask you a question to group, what do you think about that 20% would be? Inflow of raw material, but we are not building a product, we are building a website. Yeah, my project is building a website. So raw material is the different ball game right now. It's a different project probably. Consider a cash, yeah, consider a cash flow. I would say no from this perspective because we already have a sponsor. He already defined the budget and he said like, okay, this is my budget. We need to deliver this. We already align with the developers who is going to deliver this, right? Yeah. Yes. Right. But it is still my 20% or not? Yes, that is my 20%. Maybe I can say yes, because that is the critical, that is the thing. If my items are not there, my project will not be complete, or I cannot deliver, I cannot order as a customer. That we can consider, but I would say if you go back to this, the definition that we discussed as a part of clarity, right? I need three things: a website should be running, the customer should order, customer should pay, and my team, a bakery person, should fulfill that order, right? So if these five things are there, that is my 20%, right? So let me quickly run through what I'm thinking. And of course, we are not had documented every each thing, so we can have a different thought process over here. But based on the one statement that we discussed with the clarity, for with the bakery owner, I believe these are the stuff. I am a customer. I can see the menu. What Sanjay said, right? I can place the order. That is my critical thing, right? Customer can pay, right? And bakery can receive and fulfill the order, right? See, if these are the three things I'm not able to do, then my project will not be successful. Like, I don't need a very high UI, right? The simple box with good picture of image of my products, my bakery items, I think that should be good enough to start. I don't need my fancy UI or fancy images to start with. That is my 20%, right? If I focus my that fancy images, maybe I will not able to complete my the placing order functionality. right? So you should, that is the three things, because we discuss this, our the customer, our bakery owner, right, who is the sponsor, who is thinking like this is what I want. And as I said, like everything else is secondary, right? So these are the three things that we need to do. That is my 20%. If I'm moving from this 20%, probably I will not able to finish on time, right? So decision that unlock the process. Okay, what is my platform? I'm doing custom development, or I'm using like Shopify or Squarespace, like websites. Would be my a payment method? Is Stripe easy to develop, or Square is much faster deliverables, or maybe cheaper? Pickup versus delivery. Should I need to pick up option only, or pick up and delivery options as well? Right? Yeah. So that particular thing that we need to think of, that probably help us to like, okay, if I'm going to put a delivery module, maybe it will take another extra days efforts for development part, right? So that we need to clarify that uh, in our discussion. Okay. Yep. Now, expectation alignment early. What expectation that you should align with the team? Any comments, questions, response? What should be e part in this simple website building project? Right. So that we decided, now we need to make sure that the the team understand that we are having a pickup only option, no delivery options, or the owner should expect, owner, we should align the expectation that we will deliver only this option because your timeline is this way. If I want to deliver a delivery option, I need 1 more month, and that you should expect alignment with your development team as well, right? Yeah. Yes. Right. I think that is also that we need to align with that. That's correct. Yep. Yeah. So this is what alignment I would like to do in this particular project with my owner. That hey, I'm going to deliver a simple website, not a mobile app or custom website. Right. We are launching for a pickup only. That let's take a decision. Right. The goal is not a perfection. The goal is the functionality. Right? We will add features later if needed. Right? If we are getting a lot of orders, let's build the app, or let's invest that money again to enhance these features. Right? And also get into this writing as a PM. Like people forget, because people in have that, hey, I told you these things we discuss. Okay. After 2 months, we forget everybody, right? So at least keep it in the writing, keep it in the email, that I always generally do after my meeting. Right. You can align with your developer that, hey, this is timeline that the bakery owner is expecting. You should also align that when I'm able to taste the order cycle, then I will say this is feature is done. Otherwise, no. Right. Feedback turnaround expectations, right? So what are the other expectations from the staff, or maybe a developer? Okay, developer say, hey, for this I need XYZ tool, and if I tool is not there, I cannot build this feature. So either you need to drop the feature, or you need to provide that tool, right? So that alignment expectations, you should be over here. Next, AI as a co-PM. I think that is very much simple. Maybe you can use AI help, like drafting the project plan, summarize the meetings, create weekly status updates, risk reviews, right? But you should not use the AI for deciding feature, like, okay, which feature should I use? This one or this one? Because this decision should be taken by your owner, your sponsor, a bakery owner. He is providing the money for this entire project, right? Handle unhappy stakeholders. AI will not, right? If your team is not happy or not aligned, they might have a different understanding than what you are delivering. Correct? They cannot help in avoiding the conversations. You, as a human, you have to converse with the team, understand the expectations, understand what they are thinking about this project. Right? AI gives you time. You can use that time to lead the project. Right? That is the overall thought process behind the AI. Okay, the risk. Right? The key risk you log, like, okay, maybe owner delay the content, as Sanjay said, like some images are there, photos are there, or order, or the owner is not getting finalized that, okay, what should be my menu, item wise or the cousin wise, or like what different menus that he needs, right? If the by that particular time you not get that, you will not able to complete this project. Payment setup, right? There's always some legal steps are always there. You need to register, you need to satisfy some of the rules based on what the business you have, and that can take a longer time. This is always a risk, right? Staff not trained on order handling. There may be a chance that the website is running, but staff cannot understand when order comes what to do. You should think about that, how you can put the training. Website launches during the busy seasons. That is another risk, right? The staff is not ready to work on that, right? So these are the different risks that you need to identify, right? What will happen if this happen? That generally you think about how you can handle this, right? You must have a deadline. Hey, you wanted website by March end. To develop this website, my developer needs a menu, images, and all the details by March 5th. If you not give me that, the project will be delayed by the time that you give us, right? That's a simple thing. This will highlight in your plan and the dependency when you create the plan, either Microsoft project or even Excel, you can see clearly says that if this task will not complete, you will not able to get the project, right? You can always build the buffer, right? You can schedule a staff walkthrough once you are done with your beta ready. You can say that, hey, when you get an order, you need to do those three steps, and you're good for the project, right? And agree on the soft launch. Okay, when can we um, launch this website, right? You tell the owner. So this is a good statement that you should think about. You tell the owner, these are the risks I see, not are the blockers, but we should aware about that. And when you define the risk, you should assign a person who is going to handle that risk, who is going to manage that risk, and how we can reduce that risk. Uh, that will help the building a trust and credibility. Okay. Yes. So, what generally I do, I ask these are the question to myself and even my project team. Okay, is success still clear? Is everybody know about outcome that we are looking for after the end of this project? Are we focused on 20% or are we still focusing on the 100%? Our expectations are aligned. Is everybody knows what is going to do or what is not going to do same time, right? Is AI saving my time or not? And is my risk ready, defined? People are working on the risk or not? That helps always me firefighting, reducing firefighting, burnout, last minute chaos. Because you are giving a clear path to your team. You are giving them the, hey, this is what we needed, right? Yeah. Any questions before we jump to the this further into this project? Yeah, or comment or suggestions? Yes, sure. Hmm. The other 80%, right? Yeah, yeah. So see, you are a project manager, you need to deliver 100%. All right. But these are the 20% that can make people happy. This is the 20% that can still you can deploy a beta version, right? That people start maybe tasting, they can understand and they can feel like, okay, this is going to be there or not, right? if you f- if you focus about like other 20%, like, okay, what is my color of my website, or what is my different nice images for my website, right? Then you will forget about the critical 20%. The owner define that, hey, my customer should able to pay, able to order, and my team fulfill that order. These are the three things, right? So that's why, like, always try to complete those tasks before the other 80%, right? Otherwise, you always stuck in that 80%. So that's why, like, we are not saying that we are not completing 80, other 80. We should, we will be, but let's focus on that 20%. Yeah. Yes, yeah. That is the priority, right? So when we create a Microsoft project chart or a plan or maybe Excel plan, we set the priority. Okay, this feature, the first priority. This is the second, or this is the third priority. Means that this is what my 20%. Yeah, hi Sanjay. Yeah. Yes. We can say yeah. Yeah. Most viable product, right? Yeah, sorry, minimum viable product. Yes, we can say that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the I generally use like, and right now let's take an example of my live project. Like, we are building a dashboard for my one of the healthcare customer, right? And in that dashboard we have like 20 widgets, right? Yeah. So when we define what is my 20% for that my dashboard, like, okay, when you are delivering this a dashboard, it can be useful to Vijay as a doctor, some other person as a nurse, some other person as a scheduler, right? These three users are there, they can go and utilize the dashboard, right? But how many times that doctor is using it, how many times nurse is using it, how many times my scheduler is using that dashboard, right? So this is one of the parameter. Like, if doctor is using just like maybe once a month, I think I should skip the widget that doctor looking for, right? I should focus on the scheduler widget that she's looking for more, because she's using day by day, daily, right? So that can help me to understand like what is my 20%, right? Because when I deliver it, people can start using it and then easily they can give us a feedback, right? Yeah. So this kind of a questions that can help you to identify that 20%. Yeah. I believe Google is saying we have like 10 minutes, but yeah. Let's quickly move to this, and thank you for questions. Yeah. So for this bakery project, I'm sure like if we follow this, we'll have the website launch on time. We're able to order. Staff is ready because we train them. As a owner, I feel confident that at least I am getting a money and looks like everything is controlled. Yeah. So what is the big lesson for new PMs, right? Who is now moving towards this role, right? So I always feel like define success early, right? Align people, focus that 20%, right? That can help me. Even like sometimes I do for that in my first 2 weeks of my project, right? In my first 2 weeks, I define almost this thing. This will give me a clear path, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do, right? Because you need to work with people. First activity I'm doing is that who are those people in this project? Who are the decision maker? Who is going to do what? Unless you not able to finalize that, you're not able to complete this one, right? So define that and what the success means for each and every person. I'm a developer. My success is that website should function properly. If I'm an owner, my success is that by it's like the money should flow, right? Yeah. I have a couple of scenarios. Maybe I think we don't have a time much, but we can you can take this up. You can send me what is the clear actions on this, and of course, I'm happy to evaluate what you are thinking about, and we can discuss this one. So I have scenarios like on the different domains, like constructions, healthcare, manufacturing, software, and this simple project I want to you start with. I do not want to like multi-million dollar project. I want to start with this simple project, apply these clear methods, right? That can help you to move further, that can help you to understand these activities. Okay, any questions? Let's move to this question slide. Any questions, comments? Perfect. Okay, I don't know what I did, but it merged two different screens somehow. Okay, let me click this guy. Ah, perfect. Yeah. So you can download this entire presentations. I think I sent a link to everybody on the ADP, right? And I hope like Sujay has also sent the link over here. You can also connect me over the LinkedIn, and I would be happy to assist you if you are just like completing this particular project with some a clear path, and maybe we can discuss further as well. Yeah. Right. You can also sign up the newsletter that I'm preparing right now. Right. That can help you to more details about the clear activities for your project. Okay. So probably we are on the last slide. Yep. Let me know any questions or comment. Perfect. So thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Clayton. Bye.